let's say you were 2 years into your relationship and you had to assemble your own flowers.
She wouldn't care.
I don't know. I'm just not that kind of person.
Alex is
It's an
happy she gets a
impossible
gift
question
at
to
all.
answer.
Yeah, I am
That's
not
an
a
impossible question. I don't know why I asked it.
I'm like, you can't ask me that because I generally don't like receiving. I like giving.
Are there...
Shut the fuck up, Brett.
Oh, boy.
Mic drop.
See you later.
Bye.
$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh, God.
Oh.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's
okay.
do it right now.
What?
Let's use this
Go
scenario.
ahead.
Let's do it right
So Alex and I
now.
watched Black Mirror. It
We
came
binged
out.
it.
Came
You
out
don't
last.
binge it.
Do you not consider 3 hours binging?
No, I said on the precast, I'm saying it now, to be binge-worthy, I think has to be at least 5. Binging is not about length of time, I think. It's about number of individual things.
I think it's about a season,
How many episodes is binge watching?
Well,
According
we
to
just asked him.
according to Google.
a survey conducted by Netflix in February 2014, they need
That's
to redo
5
this.
years ago.
They need to redo this.
Yeah.
Before
Nope.
binging really
This
took
is,
off.
yeah. It says 73% of people define binge watching as watching between 2 to 6 episodes. 2?
2? No.
No.
No. Okay. I think.
This just rendered itself irrelevant.
It did. That was a very dumb.
Throw your phone.
It was very subtle. Throw your phone.
I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh, shoot. You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Out. Do it.
No.
Put your
Oh, shoot.
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 267.
Oh my goodness, man! I gotta tell you, having a puppy, it's a challenge again, man. It's like the
You haven't
child.
Done it for a while.
Yeah, and
It's been
it's
a
like awakening
Why
our
is it so
eyes
slow?
to
Why do I
look
still
at
have the
him.
countdown, by
He
the
can't
way?
even like chill out. Like he's seriously like
Okay.
still freaking out. But yeah, it's been a hefty couple of weeks with him lately.
Hey,
Um,
are we live?
Yeah, we are absolutely live.
Welcome to the show, Alex.
No. I just. Okay.
What's up?
Welcome to the show.
Look at that, we're live.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on it right now.
Okay.
So, Pixel has lately just been the potty training has been a real blast. There was one point where Alex got off stream. I had my flip flops in my hand, ready to take him out, and he looked up at me and I was like, "You want to go outside, bud?" He literally just squatted right there and peed. As he was peeing, I was like, "I have my shit."
Oh my God. Sorry, I just found our show for some reason. It just like messed up.
It's okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that was extremely funny. You want to go outside?
Yeah, Alex was
It's like,
Alex was
or
right
no,
there
no, you want to
watching.
go outside? And no, you didn't pause there. You went. You want to go outside, bud? I have my shit. He was like picking up his shoe to show him that he has his.
Just like had him in my hand, just looking up at
He
him.
pulls him up like this. I have my shit, and he just squatted and.
Carpet or hardwood?
Oh, hard.
Oh, all on the tile. Everything's
Yeah,
well.
everything's
Okay,
been-
so he has been getting himself scared pissless. He's peeing himself. He's getting scared. It's happened twice today. It's happened twice today.
Twice.
What does that mean?
Actually, 3 times. Because that happened last night, too, right before your stream, Alex. Yeah, don't let him do that. That didn't help. Here, I got you.
Thank you.
But anyways, last night he rolled off the couch and hurt himself and got
Oh my
so
god, he
freaked out.
screamed
That
bloody murder. Like I thought he broke his back or his
no.
leg or
It
like
was
I mean I
horrendous.
was upstairs getting ready for my stream, putting the last bits of my makeup on, and Josh had just put me live like 3 minutes ago, and you just hear thump.
Yeah.
Just like, and Josh was like, babe, get down here. Oh my God. I was like, dun, 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 like running downstairs. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And he ran up to me and he's peeing everywhere and screaming. I'm like, oh my God, what happened? What happened? And I was like, he probably broke his leg.
Why are you laughing, Brett? It was a traumatic experience.
He ended up just like, I think the thud, just because he was on his back on the couch.
He
and
was
then
more just
rolled
scared of what
he
was
rolled
happening.
off, and I think it scared him.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but yeah, he's obviously fine because
He's doing
he
just
just
fine
woke up
now.
from a nap just like I did. So he's gonna be
Yeah.
like a freaking toddler.
I had
right
to
now.
bolt out the back door. You know, at one point where he was just peeing and he was just like spraying as I'm running. You know, just like a freaking squirt gun.
Just like the Yes Man.
Yeah, exactly
Inside,
like Yes
outside.
Man. Inside, outside, good.
Well, I
Inside
remember
bad,
it was a
outside
couple
good.
years ago when Layla was on her medication. It was after the show. You were getting ready to take her out, and you realized she's gonna pee now, and you picked her up like a child, and she just pissed.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
And
what
it was a
steroids-
lot of piss.
That's what steroids do.
It was pretty. I thought it. I mean, I felt bad for her, but it was just the image was really funny.
So at this point, Alex is just playing with Pix on the show. She's just like chilling with him because he was taking a nap with her right
Here,
before.
suck on your binky.
It's kind of being in a little shit.
He really is.
Well,
he really
he's
is.
11 weeks old. He's
But
very ADD right now.
We have to just put it in our mindset. Imagine being 3 years old, being told to sit for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
At this moment, he's like
After-
2,
after
3
a
years old.
nap.
I don't know if he's gonna sit there, Alex. Nope.
I don't know. I may or may not put him in his kennel downstairs.
Oh,
just
that's not gonna be good.
He'll just
In the
howl,
fireplace
won't
room.
he?
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Won't he just howl?
Yeah, probably. So how was your week, Brett?
A
week
the
and a
last
half.
few days have been okay, but
Yeah.
prior to that, not good.
Yeah. What's
So prior to Saturday, I had worked 24 out of 27 days, and I've had 3 days off in the month of August, and I decided that I had had enough. So
yeah.
I took a personal day on Saturday, and I was scheduled off, which is rare to be scheduled off 2 days in a row, but to have a third day in that to be scheduled off is very rare. So I decided I was taking them.
Yeah.
And so I've had some time to just kind of,
That's been pretty
Veg.
nice, hasn't it?
it's been great.
Yeah. Hold on.
I haven't really heard anything from work, and I wasn't trying to, and
That's
I'm
good.
just going to find out when I go back on Wednesday.
So Alex, now he's calm in my hands. He's chill.
For
For
this
like
minute.
5 minutes.
No, seriously, look at him. He's good. Yeah, we didn't have a show last week due to your work scheduling issue, and we're just like, well, I mean, it's just it happens, you know.
Yeah.
It's been pretty rough for you. I mean, it was back to school. Retail has got to have been just nuts, man.
Yeah.
Like school just started here in the area, and I Alex has been saying that she's been seeing the traffic right after she gets off work and everything.
Oh,
It's just been
I
getting
got a
so
great
heavy.
story about that.
Yeah, what's up?
So, what day was it? It was last week. Yeah, I think it was Wednesday. I had it was Monday. It was Monday.
Okay.
I had a haircut.
Yeah, you look like you did.
And since I wasn't going from work, the way I went was I took a different way because I needed to stop I needed to get gas, and I think I stopped in it and got some cash.
Mm-hmm.
So I went a little different way and ended up on State, and I was going to go down in front of Georgetown and get on Maple Crest
Yeah.
and go south.
Mhm.
Well, there's a school between where I got on State and Maple Crest.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The elementary school.
It was Blackhawk Elementary
Oh, okay.
or Blackhawk Middle School.
School. Yeah.
But, and I don't know if this is an everyday thing, or I think it might have been their first day back, so maybe they were out of practice since they weren't in school last year. But they literally had traffic backed up on both sides of the roads for miles because they were only letting so many people in and so many people out. So you literally had to wait to turn into the drive for the school. So
It's kind of weird how they just
yeah,
allow that.
they literally. So once I got past the school and down state a little farther, the traffic is backed up for a couple miles because it's 2 lane,
Yeah.
and then eventually opens up to 4 lane.
Huh.
But at the drive of the school, there's literally there's cars waiting to turn off of state into the school.
Yep.
Like,
So
how can
crazy.
they be allowed to block traffic like this?
Yeah, hopefully no driveways are being blocked or anything in like emergency wise.
Or any other road that intersects with state.
right,
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, this is the biggest Mickey Mouse operation I've ever seen.
So I have like the same story. Like it was Friday last week, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Friday last week, and I have to be at work at 7:15, and I'm in the car. I'm in front of Snyder at 7. Like I'm not even in front of Snyder yet. Like
Mhm.
I'm just like
AM.
AM, and all the other days has been fine. But for some odd reason, at the intersection, because Snyder has a middle school right next to it, so at the intersection of those 2 schools, everything going left and right was completely blocked. Going in front of me was completely blocked, but the traffic coming towards me was just moving, flowing, and just fine.
It's crazy.
But I was stopped right in front of Snyder for 26 minutes.
Yep.
Oh
Like
my God.
stopped. Like I ended up just putting my car in
that
park.
was in the morning. Yeah. So
Like
it's
I called my
crazy.
manager and I'm like,
can't move.
there's no sirens. Because there's a fire department right there too.
Right,
So I'm like,
right.
I was parked right in front of the fire department. I'm like, I'm not really sure what's going on, and I never found out. All of a sudden, like after 26 minutes, everything just started going. But my guess is it's the first week. Nobody knows the flow.
Yep.
And I was like, there's just a bunch of people honking, and I'm like, but we were at a dead stop for 26 minutes.
How much do people just forget? I mean, it's kind of crazy that people are
Well,
just
it's
like,
also it's a high school, so you got like the kids that have their driver's license and are driving to school for the first time, and they probably freaking out, not knowing what to do in a bunch of traffic. And
I just wondered in my situation if they were limiting the number of cars coming in at any one time because of code, which doesn't make sense because when I was passing the school, there's 200 kids waiting to be picked up, all standing together. So I'm like,
yes, that's
that
exactly
can't be
how it was
right.
when I was coming home today. I was like, why is everybody just standing there?
It's just weird to me, man. Just it's kind of crazy how just
Like, get a bike.
Now,
do something else.
I grew up in a rural school, and if you didn't take the bus,
You walked.
or no, because the school
well,
was several miles
rural,
away.
Alex,
Rural, out in the
not
country.
urban.
Okay,
Rural.
you can't walk.
You're gonna walk miles.
Okay, my
Yeah.
school was
Miles.
8 miles away.
Okay,
Yeah.
well that's a little
Yeah,
much.
yeah, miles.
So
You were in a rural town.
you either
Yeah,
drove-
you were.
you either drove or you took the bus.
Yeah.
I don't think a whole lot of parents, like there was no drop-off line,
No,
you know?
not really. Not that I can remember. Just right in front of the school. That's all it really was. Just
Yeah.
get there and go. I,
I
mean,
don't ever remember, other than like big events
How big
growing
was
up.
your school, Brett?
Not big.
Okay, yeah, it's a little different.
Other than big
I
events,
guess.
I don't remember that kind of traffic back up from school because I feel like it just you go in, you drop off your kids, you leave.
The
Go
flow
in,
is
pick up
just
your
not
kids,
perfect.
you leave. Like
It's not
back in
that-
the day, it
Oh,
was
dude.
like butter.
Yeah.
I know that
Yeah.
for
And we didn't have cell phones at the edge of the sidewalk. I'm right over here. Like it was just you watched for your mom and dad's
You had a
car
number.
for 20 minutes, going, "Hi,
well,
I'm right
with,
here."
with young kids, there is an actual like preschool or kindergarten.
Well,
There's
yeah,
a-
elementary
or
school.
daycare even.
That's what I have to
There's
do
a
when I pick up my
process.
nephew.
Yes,
I have
like,
to have like a number that I have
you
to go
gotta
and
check
assign.
in or
Yep.
something.
Card,
I don't
yeah.
even know, but
Yep.
anyway.
Yep.
Anyway, that was
You know,
fun.
we're not parents as far as like actively driving our kids to school, but I can say with the ones that my sister has said that she has had a lot of difficulty with the lines just getting way too long and people cutting into like lines and stuff like that. I will say when I was driving at your high school, Alex, I have never been more freaking confused. At one point, I didn't know I was in a bus only area. Didn't know that. Like
I
right
think
in
it's
front of
just
the
'cause I
school
went
at
to
one
that
point.
school, so I knew-
yeah,
I
it's
knew
just
the
like
flow.
you know the chaos. I had no idea.
I hate you, by the way.
Yeah, he's chill. He's chill. He's daddy's boy.
Maybe
Another one, Brett.
Maybe you give him anxiety.
Fuck you, Rhett.
I said maybe. I didn't.
I hate this. Another one. I was supposed to
yeah.
get a boy because the boy was supposed to hate Josh and love me. Now look.
He's falling asleep.
Look, you see that?
In my lap.
He's young.
He's warm.
He's young.
Maybe he'll hate Josh later.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it's tough to say. He gets excited for both.
I'm getting
of
my
us.
Sphinx.
Well, I will say, out of your 3 animals, Nymeria is the biggest asshole.
No shit, man. She's a
God,
2-year-old.
she's such a bitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
But doesn't she remind you so much of Alex though with her dude?
At least Alex was chill.
Alex was
known
old.
Yeah, you knew Alex
Well-
like when she was at least 4 years old. That's when you met her. She was
Yeah,
like 4 or
but-
5.
Yeah, but
And then there was a long
gap
where I
without.
didn't
yeah,
see her,
but
right.
Alex was just she was when she wanted to be a diva, she was Nymeria. Like that was definitely how Alex was.
Yeah.
Nymeria is just 2 years old and thinks
It's like
that
a
she is the
friggin'
queen of.
teenager.
Yes, she is.
Really? Yeah.
She's actually for her age, I believe she's like 21.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. pretty
That
much.
So
explains it.
and Pixel is. I
10.
hate you. He's in
He's
level
asleep.
2 already.
He is asleep.
He's
He's
just
out.
like out. I hate you.
He's literally asleep.
I gotta. Can we move to some stuff that we've watched? 'Cause
Yeah, we got playing and watching.
Oh,
'cause it's
let's
been,
just
it's been
get
a little
into it because
Yeah.
I've got something. I've just got some words.
Wait, playing and watching. We're not talking about Rambo yet.
No, I just want to talk about things.
Okay.
So-
moving on.
I watched the newest episode of Dark Side of the '90s,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
and it's
good.
all about Baywatch and how it took over the world
Oh
and
my
how
god, I remember it.
basically it made it. It was edgy, but it wasn't overly sexual because they
Right.
wrote romance stories, but not necessarily sexual stories.
Yeah, but it was still like you were like looking at David Hasselhoff.
Oh,
or
yeah,
Pamela
and
Anderson,
it
like,
kind
oh my
of-
gosh, it
So
looks
like when Pam Anderson, she didn't join the cast until season 3,
right.
and she didn't even get a boob job until later. And when she did, breast augmentation surgeries went up some like 500%.
Oh my god.
No,
yes.
really?
Yes.
And I didn't know this, but at one point, Baywatch was the #1 watched TV show in the world.
for a
Really?
for that type of show though, isn't
people
that
like to see them
weird?
fake boobies.
No, but think about that. That's so crazy.
I don't know if I've ever watched a full episode
I've never
what
watched a
is-
full episode
What
of
is
Baywatch.
the #1 show now?
in the world.
Okay, Google.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay, Alex, you have to get out of that because you're already using a Google app.
Okay, Google.
Nope. Just
Really?
search it. Just search it. Like for real. Like if it's not something
What
on
is the
Netflix or
#1
something on
TV
Hulu
show?
or something on HBO Max as like an original series or Amazon. I don't even know. Has Prime had a #1 series?
Really? The most watched TV show in the United States in 2020, between 2020 and 2021 season is the NFL Sunday Night Football.
I
Nearly
should've known that.
17 million viewers.
That's a little different.
I should have known that because they say that every.
Okay, sports. You can't count.
Yeah,
I guess
it's
Okay,
a weekly
actually,
show,
Here you
and
go. It's Loki. Actually,
it's prime time.
Loki was #1.
It says right now the #1 TV show in America in 2021 right now is Loki with
That's-
That's a good
700
show.
million
It's a good show.
minutes.
It's measured differently though than a show that's broadcast
Yeah.
Right.
in prime time TV.
Right.
700
Okay,
million
well-
minutes, and second comes Lucifer, which Lucifer, honestly,
Really?
I used to watch Lucifer,
Oh my
and
God.
it's so fucking cheesy. I don't know how that's like they canceled it and then restarted it back up because there was a demand for it.
It's almost like iZombie,
Like,
right?
no, iZombie was actually good.
Oh.
Lucifer is seriously just cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cheesy.
I would have thought it would have been something like NCIS that's still airing.
I just had no idea. What else are you watching? Watching anything else?
The only other
interesting?
thing that I watched that I found interesting was I was watching London Has Fallen on Sci-Fi the other night.
Oh, so you watched the TV edit?
I did, but they were airing the F-bombs on Sci-Fi.
Has
Are you kidding? Really?
No.
what
I
time was it?
It was 9-ish, maybe a little bit later.
That's not
Probably-
If you wanted anything like that, even Bad
Comedy-
Movies after
they did
11.
They did it at midnight. Comedy Central did.
Was
Okay.
it midnight? I thought it was 11.
It
was-
might have
it was
been
midnight.
later then. It might have been
Yeah.
a late showing, but
Sci-Fi?
I could not believe it. I'm
Not
like,
sci-fi.
this is Sci-Fi. Why are they not editing this? I just thought that was bizarre. 'Cause
Someone
it's
lost
not,
either that or someone lost their job that night.
well, you
Yeah.
gotta think. Remember HBO? They in like Cinemax, they would put on like really
They would do
racy stuff in the early hours
yeah,
of the morning.
They would.
Oh,
They
yeah.
would. Yep. Alex and I, we're going through the Rick and Morty series again.
Just from start to finish.
Because we turned the series on to Brig, who's one of our most current viewers and followers and everything, and been on the show and everything. Brig. He just started watching. He doesn't watch network TV show at all. Like he's more of a YouTube kind of person, kind of like Dylan Dalen were, like you were, as you were saying, like you can't really like get into a series and stick with it. But he's been watching Rick and Morty and he's been sticking with it. So it's like he started talking about it
because they're only like 30-minute episodes.
Right.
So it's a really easy pick up and go kind of show. It's not like an hour or 2 hours.
They have
an episode.
slight connection to each other.
Slight.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
If
And-
not, there's Easter eggs from one episode to another.
Right, exactly. But as I'm saying again, he started talking about season 1. And I was like, man, I don't remember these
I
things.
know. So I was like, damn, we have to go back again.
Yeah. And then we've been watching Lego Masters. They did the wind episode where
They had to do a windmill and then test it against 60-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, there's like
what
a few
was the
that
other one
made
that we
it.
did?
Puppets.
Oh yeah, they had to make a
Puppeteering.
hand puppet out of Legos and then perform with it. Yeah, without it breaking.
Do you know? I don't remember this really as a kid, but I'm gonna kind of just like think about it. They're pretty heavy when they're all stacked like that. It can get pretty rough.
And that's one of the things. That was the challenge that they realized. Like they were making these huge puppets, and they all realized as they were building, oh my gosh, like this is. I have to be able to hold this above a curtain. I'm like, this is actually really heavy.
But as far as playing goes, we did the Back for Blood beta.
Yeah,
we did.
man, that's right. It's been 2 weeks.
Do you remember it, Brett?
I do.
Okay, because you were drunk
Oh
off your
yeah,
ass.
that's right. You were having a good time.
So we went through the entire beta campaign.
And then it freaking glitched.
It glitched at the end.
We're all over here like who was on the
You guys were all on the mortar.
No, who was working the mortar?
Brett.
Was it you that was
Brett
working
and
the mortar?
Patrick.
No idea.
Patrick was working the mortar. I was going around thinking it was going to be this big thing, like
It
at the end of
was
Left
supposed
4
to be a
Dead.
boss battle.
Yeah, it looked like a boss battle. So there's mortars everywhere. So I'm just picking up the mortars before we go, and I'm like just shoveling them over to the actual device that you put the
We had to blow
mortars
up
into.
the dam or something.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you're like, all right, we're done. Like there was a couple big booms. There was barely any zombies at all. I'm like, what? And the damn thing glitched.
Yep.
We didn't even get to woohoo!
Fight anything.
We were like,
we were
okay.
preparing for the worst.
We were. We're like, this is about to be some Left 4 Dead tank shit at the end.
Right. And then also got a W and a win in Warzone, right off the bat on season 5. It just started up, so that's pretty awesome. And then I gotta say, Brett, the Xbox Series S.
Oh yes.
It's like butter.
It's nice. It's nice, but
Yeah.
it needs more space.
Yeah, it does.
I have 5 games on there. And I'm just like, man, I could so hold 8 more that I know I could launch every now and then, but mainly just the important ones. I got Gears on there in case we launch that bad boy one day again, and I'm not going to have an excuse to not do that. So, but yeah,
you
no,
made
it's.
Brig mad.
Are you using the white? No, because you have your Elite.
Oh, we're using that as just as our media remote anyway,
Yeah. Right.
But not really playing anything. What did I say?
You said most recent viewer ? Bro, I'm senior AF viewer. And I was like, oh, I think you mean more Twitch, more recent,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's been watching since episode 50.
Right.
So yeah, he is kind of a senior.
Well, we don't know who all's been listening the entirety of our show if they're not speaking up. If
Okay.
there's people who've been here since episode 1, I appreciate you guys staying through the entire time. You guys are awesome.
I appreciate you making it through 1 through 50.
Wow.
Sticking with us.
I mean,
Go back and just listen to the first 10 episodes and try not to have your ears bleed.
I don't think you give us enough credit.
Jeez.
think
I
we're
know. I
better
think,
than
compared to
that.
a lot of people that I've heard just starting off, I think we did a pretty good job, not knowing what we were doing.
mhm.
So, but it's just because it was 5 years ago, the stuff that we talked about in our, I don't know, it's nostalgic to go back and listen to it, but at the same time, oh my God, we had no fucking structure.
When you figure out a way to have a conversation, it's a little different, a lot better, a lot easier.
Yeah.
Anyways, you playing anything, Brett? Anything
Just Far
different?
Cry 5.
Yeah. How's that going?
It's fun.
What year did that come out?
18, which surprised me. I didn't think it was that long ago.
God, time has just been going by so freaking fast.
But it's really fun.
like Friday night, Alex did another drinking stream, and
I popped a
Why
bottle.
didn't you say so?
what? She was
I
playing.
don't know.
She
I
was
was
playing Call of
playing
Duty.
Call of
Why didn't
Duty.
you tell me?
You're not gonna play Call of Duty.
No, but I might have jumped on while drinking. I didn't drink at all this whole time.
Really? What? Oh, didn't know that.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Next Friday, or next Saturday, I have off. I usually do a drink on Friday. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we Alex was streaming like she did like almost an entire 6-hour stream or whatever. Like
I
5
know it was like
hours or-
5:45, and I
and we're
looked
just
over
like,
and
oh
I'm
my
like,
god! It felt like we only
"Whoa!"
streamed an hour
And I worked at 7:00 in the morning that day,
and no nap.
and had no nap that day. I don't even know how. Like I just, I mean, I felt sick by the end of it. So,
Yeah.
but I had a good time.
I'm really interested in trying out 12 Minutes. I've been hearing that it's really good. It just came out on Thursday, so I'm just like really tempted about streaming that sometime soon. It's got to be recent if I'm going to do it at all. It just seems like an interesting game. I've been hearing good things about it. Actually, Hideo Kojima, I think, said that he's never been more into a game since
Which one?
Inside.
Level or
12 Minutes.
12 minutes.
Mm-hmm. The one that's the top down
Mhm.
that you've been wanting to try out. That's
Mhm.
like a puzzle one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently.
I think I might watch you play it
Yeah.
first,
Yeah.
and then I might play. I want to play
I don't know what that look.
the Halo with portals.
Splitgate.
Splitgate. I keep wanting to call it
Jeez.
Spitgate for some reason. I'm like, that's not
Spitgate?
right. Yes, it's not right.
Alex, that's the adult version.
That's the adult version.
It's the one you find at the sex store.
Spitgate.
Spitgate.
No, I want to play Splitgate. It looks fun.
Yeah. Oh man, do you guys want to talk about First Blood?
Oh, before we do, don't we? Isn't our draft this coming Sunday?
Yes.
It's no, it's Friday.
It's Friday.
Friday. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's Friday night. We actually have a concert we're going to Thursday as well. So it's
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, busy weekend for us.
We got backstage passes, and I'm getting so
Mm-hmm. Could go see From Ashes to New.
excited.
Haven't seen them.
I just want to like.
since Alex broke her finger open.
I hope that I'm allowed to like.
You gonna say hi?
I want a hug.
Well, I mean, there might be a sign saying you can't do that, depending on
Mm-hmm.
I know, but
Yeah.
I want a hug from Danny really bad.
right. So yeah, we do have our draft. So we will be talking about football here very soon. Like I think that it's gonna be a pretty hefty season. You know, I've been seeing a lot of stuff on the interwebs. Very excited to see how everyone. Alex and I have been trying to think about whether or not we're gonna go see the Vikings this year, and we're thinking the Bears Vikings.
Yeah, the Bears Vikings game in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that would be a really.
Wrong pipe.
I hate
I think
inhaling it.
that'd be the closest one to us. That would be like the easiest one to go to. I think.
They're gonna be in Cincinnati.
Go back
That's
to
not that close.
Cincinnati.
That's like 6 hours away as opposed to 3. Yeah.
Nah, I'd rather do Chicago.
Well,
Besides, if we're in
If
Chicago,
they're
we
playing,
can do other
wait,
things.
no. I say if they're in Cincinnati, they're playing Cleveland, but it's probably in Minnesota.
no, they're playing Cincinnati.
They're playing Cincinnati, or else it would be
they-
like
No, they play. If they play one team, they play that whole division.
What?
If they're playing Cincinnati, that means they're playing the entire AFC North.
yeah, they're playing
No.
the Browns in October.
That's okay.
You got it mixed
Oh
up.
yeah. Because they
I
are
thought
facing.
you meant like he was playing. They're playing the Browns in Cincinnati.
I was
No,
like,
no,
I
no.
got really confused.
He's like,
too.
what?
Oh, no.
What?
No, not
That
Minnesota.
game's gonna be in Minnesota though.
Yes, yeah,
Where the
that
Browns are
game's
gonna
actually
face
a minute.
Minnesota.
That's a little too far away.
I would love to go to the Minnesota field though.
Yeah, U.S. Bank Stadium.
I want to see that stadium so bad.
Then we'll have to. We ain't gonna go this year.
We'll see. Anyways, First Blood. We gotta talk about this. This is the movie club, guys. And Brett, you chose this movie for the week of last week, and so we had plenty of time to watch this movie. So Rambo: First Blood is what it was subtitled when the sequel came out, because Rambo started becoming the actual title of the entire series.
First Blood Part 2, and then I'm pretty sure
Rambo
3
3.
is just Rambo 3.
Rambo
How
3, yeah.
many Rambos are there?
I think
There are
there's
5.
Yeah, because there's 1, 2, 3, and then Rambo 4, and then
Rambo 4 is just Rambo.
Rambo, and then there's Rambo
And
Last
then-
Blood.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when did this one come out that we watched?
82.
82. Yes. Yep. 82. So, synopsis, if you need it, anybody who hasn't seen it. A veteran Green Beret is forced by a cruel sheriff and his deputies to flee into the mountains and wage an escalating one-man war against his pursuers.
I'm ready to embarrass myself now.
Oh, yeah. First, 10 minutes in, Alex realized what movie this was.
I'm 10 minutes
What?
in, okay? And I'm like sitting here like scratching my head. And I look at Josh. I say, pause the movie. And I'm not joking. I had like a full-on Alex moment here. Like 747 over the head moment.
It was bad.
And he was like, what?
Surprised you're saying this.
And I was like, why is he talking about all this stuff? Where does this wrestling come in and boxing and stuff? And he's like,
She thought it was
he's
Rocky.
What now? Oh
Rocky.
my
I
god.
was like, none of this is making any sense. Does this like build up into like the whole Rocky thing? And he's like, we're watching Rambo. And I'm like,
Yep.
what the fuck, Rambo? What's that about?
Oh my god. That is awful, Alex.
I know. I just was like, Josh was like dying. But I was sitting there seriously like super trying to like, all right, I'm going to give this movie my full attention. I'm reading the subtitles and I'm just sitting there like, this doesn't make any fucking sense about wrestling whatsoever or boxing, whatever.
First
the
of
heck
all,
it
not
is.
even wrestling.
Alex, first of
Fighting
all,
or whatever.
Alex, first of all, there were no subtitles.
Well, and then maybe that's why I was trying
We
to
were
listen
watching this
carefully.
on DVD, and it was the special
Oh, 'cause
edition
you own
DVD,
them.
and it had
That's right. It didn't
no
have subtitles. So I was listening very
I was
carefully.
like, this is bullshit.
It's rare on a DVD, but
And I was like,
I
why
have
is he talking
seen it.
about like war and stuff? This
Piss me
isn't
off.
making
Because
any
you
sense.
own the trilogy.
I'm borrowing
Oh, we're
them.
borrowing.
Oh,
them.
Yep. I've just been sitting on them for a long period of
Yeah.
time. Just been like waiting to watch them. Body count.
I don't think it's too high. Because
It's less.
he ends
than-
up killing like
It's less
civilians,
than the
basically.
one Predator.
I'll say
You
7.
You're gonna be upset about this answer.
It's more than Predator.
No. He
I'll
said
say
7. What do
Body
you think,
count?
Alex?
Less than 10, I'll say.
It's fair. He said 7, but less than 10.
Body count.
Yeah.
He actually doesn't he only actually kill one guy?
Actually, the first guy that dies, he
No,
didn't
he didn't even
kill.
kill him. It was an accident. He fell out of the airplane
Right.
The helicopter.
or the helicopter.
2.
So yeah, 0, isn't it?
Well, just the number's 1.
Okay.
So you had the answer right immediately, and then you started
Well,
doubling
I
up
started
on
like
your
thinking
answer.
because there's like a lot of stuff going on, and technically
who
he
was
didn't.
the one that he
Just the
killed?
guy who fell out of the chopper. That's the dead guy.
But
No
he
one else
didn't ki-
dies.
he didn't kill
No
him.
one else dies.
No, well, they didn't show anybody else. die.
Nobody else. No, even in the
He-
book.
It was
Oh, really?
destruction of property is what
Yeah.
he was going
Well,
the
I
for.
mean,
whole
he
thing is
like.
destruction.
Oh my God, that one guy where he like, the little
He-
he sharpened the edges of the tree and the booby
Oh.
trap,
Right
and
in
it
his
like
freaking
got into
legs.
his little wiener. Oh
It
my
was
God.
his wiener. It was his thighs.
Right.
No,
right in his
BS. That was
thighs.
in his wiener.
It was right below.
That thing dangles.
I-
His wiener's cut in half.
Anyway,
I definitely thought that this movie was better than I thought it was going to be. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, I enjoyed it for the most part.
So-
some of it was a little
so I remember watching this. The first time I ever watched it, it was nothing what I expected.
no.
Because when you
Same here, Brett.
when you think of Rambo, you think he's in the jungle and he's killing people.
Right.
In Vietnam.
He's in the ring. He's boxing people.
So,
I got a whole
which,
pixel.
and then as I'm watching it, this is only the second time I've ever watched it,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel bad for him because he gets, harassed for no reason,
Mm-hmm.
just because he's a Vietnam vet.
Very, very poorly, like
Treated.
just so bad.
Basically, like, get through our town and keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want
He just wanted to stop for some
you
food.
around here.
Right?
That
That's what it
dramatic
was?
scene was so good
Right,
at the end.
right at the end where he's
Where he's just telling
explaining.
the story about
Yep.
everything. The drama soldiers have taken upon them after war, it has to have been so freaking brutal. You see it, like how everyone was treated. Vietnam War vets were very much cast out, and I guess it shows the PTSD that he had.
oh yeah,
Like especially when he was getting like sprayed and all that. There was
with the hose. And he had, when they were trying to shave him with the straight edge, that's what
freaked
set
him
him
out.
off.
Right.
He's like, I got to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have my opinion real quick?
Yeah, go
Yes.
ahead.
So 90% of the movie I didn't really care for. But at the very end where he's sitting down and talking to his sergeant or whatever, his colonel, and he's having that dramatic moment.
Yep.
That was like the only part of the movie I actually liked.
Yeah. So he was getting charged for vagrancy, which is homelessness, by the way. He wasn't homeless.
He was just a drifter.
He was just, yeah.
He was literally just going through the town just to go to the next place.
If anything, I just like spent the whole movie just getting pissed off at the way he was getting treated.
Yeah,
and I was like, there's no fucking reason for this.
Mm-hmm.
And he had basically a fight or flight response.
Yeah.
That's
and he chose
PTSD for you.
Well, he flight and then he fought.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or
So
flew, I should say.
this movie is based off of a book, which I believe is just I don't know any fiction or facts about the book, but the thing about the book is it's a lot more gruesome.
Really?
Like, you don't even know his first name. His name is just Rambo.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
That's the first part.
His name, is it John?
John Rambo.
John?
Yeah.
Okay.
He disembowels an officer during his escape in the book.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and both he and the sergeant, the not just the main officer that was harassing him the whole time, both of them die in the book at the end. It's just, I mean, I don't think I don't plan on reading it, and I don't think you would either, Brett. I don't know. The canvas used in the film was not a prop. It was just laying around in that area, and
That he turned into a shirt.
Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't an actual. It was not a Hollywood prop.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the story that he told at the end was actually a story that a Vietnam vet told Stallone.
Just the only part that keeps repeating in my head is like my buddy's like in my arms saying like I want to go home, and I'm like I can't find your legs.
Just
like,
pieces of them
like
everywhere.
there's just pieces
the
of
part
them
that
everywhere.
stuck in my head is like I used to drive $1 million machines, and now I can't even get a job parking cars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
pretty much. Yep. Like overseas, he was doing so much, and now
Important
here he's-
stuff.
Yep.
And here
Yeah.
he's nothing.
Al Pacino was considered for Rambo.
He could have done a good job too. Ooh, that gives me chills actually thinking about that.
Al Pac-
I've become a really big fan of Al Pacino.
Al
You have-
Pacino was never a built, muscular guy. Stallone's not very tall, but he's always been
pretty
ripped.
big. Yeah. Pacino wanted him more violent, so
Okay.
Mhm.
but that's not the way the director wanted it. So
It reminded me a lot of Predator. Like the way like he's setting up the booby traps and out
Sure.
in the field. Like it reminded me a lot of Predator.
Well, Predator is Rocky facing an alien, so kind of puts that into perspective. So it makes sense. I liked it. I enjoyed it. On Rotten Tomatoes, both audiences and critics give it an 85%. I'm gonna give it an 8. Especially for how well it was done. It was pretty good for 82.
I honestly don't know what to give it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have a
I don't.
number.
Mm-mm.
Alex gives it
It's-
a 7. You
6.5.
Okay.
It's not something that I'm gonna like I think pick up and watch again. It's more of like okay, I can finally say I've seen Rambo kind of thing.
Kind of like Scarface.
Well,
like, I don't know if I'll go back and see that again.
I would watch Scarface again. I actually really enjoyed Scarface.
I agree.
Like, and I cannot believe I went into being 32 years old and never seen that movie. I'd always seen like little like clips, and that's
First
it.
Blood Part 2 is worth a watch. I would skip 3, but 4 is
Do they connect?
really good.
4 is good.
4 is good.
Do they connect?
I would say 1 and 2 do. I don't remember a real connection with 3. I think it's its own separate story.
I think they all deal with the same sergeant or colonel.
Colonel.
Yeah, same colonel is in all 3 of them.
Yes. I know he's in 2. I'm not sure about
Is there
3. He's not in 4.
is there a movie showing him in action, like a prequel?
No.
No. Oh.
No.
That would be an interesting movie to be done, though, if you could find somebody to
I say I
play
was
him.
like, I'd be interested to
Right.
watch that.
Right, because of seeing the actual flashbacks.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that's why I like 2, because he's actually in a jungle.
Yeah, he goes to Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
But 4,
How did they get him in
is-
Vietnam?
4, he's down in like the Amazon, isn't he?
he's in around Burma. Is that South America?
South America.
So he's a
I knew
river.
that.
He's a riverboat driver.
Yeah.
And he takes some missionaries into Burma because there's a civil war there, and some stuff happens. But that one I
Right.
really enjoy.
Yeah. Alex.
Yep.
Your
What's
turn.
what's the
Okay, so
the flick
I
we're
wrote
watching
down
next?
you
have
some.
2 of them.
So I wrote down I wrote down 2 actually, and I don't know if you've seen either one of them. You might have, because if you have, then I have a third one.
Okay.
Oh God.
Okay, so just because of our situation on this past weekend, I don't remember what, but there was a couple people, 2 people who had never even heard of this movie, and it made us all flip our shit.
We really did.
Who were they?
Brig and another person, Arrow, that comes into my stream, who's 21. So I don't blame him, but at the same time, like, Brig's my age. Sorry, Brig.
And Brig's been on the show, so he one day he may defend himself.
Okay, so, and I haven't seen this movie in forever, and this movie caused my first, like, hot dream.
Okay, movie, Alex, what is it?
Your first hot dream, like sex dream?
Sex dream.
Kind of. It was more like a sexy dream. Like, I was like a
Hi, Dad.
fifth or sixth grader. Like, I was like obsessed with Freddie Prinze Jr.
Right.
So,
Which?
She's All That.
What? Have you seen She's All That?
Long time ago.
Okay, so you've seen it. Damn it.
Okay.
Okay, but they had not seen it. Because He's All That is coming out. And it's like reverse. It's just the girl version.
Wait, are you choosing She's All That?
No, because you've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my next one is a suggestion from a fan,
Okay.
Tanith, because she's a mega fan of this series.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen Harry Potter?
No.
This is a fan suggestion.
Oof.
Just the first one is what she said.
Are you sure, Alex? That's the childish one.
Because
Well,
they
you gotta,
are child
you have
children.
to start at 1.
3 is when it grows up.
I know, but you have to start at 1.
2 is pretty adult too, I'd say. I mean, there's a
So-
lot of blood in 2.
Yeah, well, now, but if you haven't seen it, we should probably watch it.
1 is rough.
Especially for our generation.
God.
Josh, am I going to hate this movie?
It's rough for watching for me because I know how good it gets.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I think Harry Potter is considered one of our classic movies.
I think you might enjoy it more than you think.
I think you will enjoy it more
you
than
really
you
want
think.
to do the Sorcerer's Stone?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
You have to start at the beginning because it all builds. Like you're not going to know any of the story
Damn it,
if
Alex,
you don't.
Are you just gonna go through the whole series?
If he likes it,
I would say if I
he's going to
like
get on the
it,
show
I'll-
Monday and be like, "Where the
I'll
fuck
watch,
have I been?"
If I like 1, I'll watch 2 through 13 on my own.
Well, yeah, we're not going to watch them all on the podcast, but I'm saying like
There's 8 films, and I would say the best one, in my opinion, is 6.
Deathly Hallows.
No, that's
Prisoner? No, that's 3, right?
3 is Prisoner of Azkaban. 4 is Goblet of Fire. 5 is Order of Phoenix. 6 is The Half-Blood Prince.
Oh, Half-Blood Prince is actually
I like that one a lot.
I think honestly that one actually might
He's
be my
eating
favorite
the
too.
microphone.
No, he's fine.
He's fine. He's
No,
not going
he's
to do
eating
anything.
it.
Literally can't.
So, but
It's
anyway,
metal.
so that was that was from a fan of the show since like basically she's been a fan I think since the beginning. So, but Tanith went ahead and said, "Has Brett seen Harry Potter?" And I was like,
Sorcerer's
so I told
Stone,
her
man.
I told her I would make the suggestion. And I was like, you know
Is
what?
she the one with guns?
Yes,
Yeah.
All right, can't get too mad then.
but yes,
Is
I think
she a
there
big
is
Harry Potter fan?
Oh my god, there is a huge following at work to Harry Potter. So, and as soon as she said that, everybody was like, "Oh, I wonder if he's seen Harry Potter."
Okay. So one thing you got to know about the Sorcerer's Stone is it is under budget. Like the budget wasn't as big as it gets.
Oh
was
no!
the first one.
I know, but
Mhm.
after the first, I mean, for what?
2 gets, you can tell the budget's
Oh
there.
yeah, you can tell this thing's gonna be. They're gonna do all the books.
Did
after.
she blow up with her books after just 1, or when they started
It was
to
like-
become a series?
like
It was when a
3?
series, I believe, is.
Because
I don't
think,
know much about J.K. Rowling.
I don't think
to
the
be honest.
Goblet of Fire like. That was the 4th or 5th book. I mean, I'm seriously, I'm not a mega fan. I love the books, I love the movies, but I'm not a mega fan. But I think it was around like the Goblet of Fire is when they really started like
So you'll see,
getting
like,
into it.
I'm gonna say prosthetics in Harry Potter: The Sorcerer's Stone are not as good. Like you'll see some like really clunky prosthetics on some of the characters.
The cool
to
thing
be
about
honest.
this movie
CGI is a little
is-
cheap too.
Well, it's the first movie, and it came out when I was in like what 5th or 6th grade.
Right.
Um,
yeah, it came out in 2001,
Yeah. Okay. 7th grade actually. Then.
right when
Going into
Fast and
7th grade.
Furious came out.
So with that,
I got it, Alex.
I pushed it. So anyways, with that, the interesting thing about this movie and the history with me is I read the first book. I've not read like all of the books, but I've read the first book from start to finish, and back in like 4th or 5th grade when it first came out, and my nephew is starting it.
Mm-hmm.
Are
we starting to read them?
Yeah, because he's at like apparently a 7th grade reading level right now, so they're pushing him to read at his level.
Yep.
So anyways, so with this, when we found out the movie was coming out, we went to the mall, and there was like this big, like, because Harry Potter was just so big, there was this big thing in the middle where everything was connected to the World Wide Web, and you can sign up because they were casting, and the only requirements was that you were under a certain age and you had to pick what character you think that you would play the best. And I signed up for it, and they decided to do an all British cast. So obviously nobody from here.
Do you think you could have gotten Hermione?
No. But I had actually signed up for it. So the other bad thing about this is that all of these kids came from nowhere. So this was their first acting career for most of them, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, so if you want the synopsis, an orphan boy enrolls in a school of wizardry when he learns the truth about himself, his family, and the terrible evil that haunts the magical world. Now, one thing you got to know about Harry Potter, and not a lot of people know this, it takes place in the early 90s. Mm-hmm. So it kind of...
But the first movie came out in when, 01?
01.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So, it's a great series. I love them.
I feel like I'm going to watch this and immediately want to watch Lord of the Rings because it's better.
I don't know if you can
Lord of the
compare
Rings
that.
is like the grown-up version of Harry Potter as far as the series goes.
No.
That's exactly why I would want to watch it.
The books advance as the books get darker as they get
pretty darn dark. Like there was a lot of controversy over kids reading the books and watching the movies when we were growing up because of it being like witchcraft and being too dark for certain kids and promoting evil things. And like I met a couple kids that like they started banning the books in school because too many parents were like, I don't want my kids learning about Harry Potter and all this witchcraft.
F that.
I'm like, it's a fairy tale. It's it's fiction. It's just a story. It's fine.
Star Wars was seen as evil. Don't forget
I know,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We gotta talk the weekly fan question, which was your suggestion, Brett. If you guys ready to move on, yeah. Okay.
Brig real quick had said the first book the author she wrote she was homeless and she wrote it on trash. After the first book, it was an instant hit and it made it.
Well, I mean, if that's coming straight from Wikipedia, I don't know if I trust that.
Well, he said that he has watched and read all of them, so he's probably in that.
Probably a big one.
I told everybody at work, I'm not like. I don't bleed Harry Potter. There's
enjoy
certain
it.
people like you bleed more Harry Potter than I do.
I know more about the world than you do.
I'm
very excited about the video game coming out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when people are talking about that at work, and there's probably 5 or 6 hardcore fans at work. I mean, one of which you've met, Brett. She has a actual like spell tattooed on both of her legs.
Avada Kedavra?
Like the death spell.
Yeah.
So you'll understand it if you watch the movies.
You'll get it. You'll get
You'll
it.
eventually
who it
get it.
is, or do you not want to say it?
Olympia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that's
she has it written on the back of like up her calf and up her thighs.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she's a mega fan.
What event in pop culture history will you never forget seeing live? Now, Brett, you had a story to talk about this because you were thinking about something.
And I think I honestly can't remember why I picked this, but when I was going back through when I put it in our group chat, and I think I remember why. So, I said in the group chat that it was sports related.
Yeah.
Well, I believe it was Monday Night Football when the day after Brett Favre's father died, and he went out. It was a game against Oakland. Oakland wasn't really any good. It was, I think, December 23rd, 2002, I think. And he had the best statistical game of his career. Mm-hmm. And I just remember watching it, Al Michaels and John Manor doing the game, and I'm like, holy crap, he threw like 4 touchdowns, no interceptions that game. And I just remember my mind is blown because, oh my God, how is he doing this? And he just blew up the sports world that night because his father just died, yet he's having the biggest game of his career. It was kind of a meaningless game because Oakland was no good. It didn't really have any playoff implications, but it was just really cool being on Monday night and all that.
Okay. What was the other one?
I don't remember, but when I just read it now, I think the biggest pop culture event that I'll always remember being a part of is The Dark Knight releasing.
Ooh.
And
That was
just
on my
how
list.
big that was.
That was such
Josh,
a night.
were you part of like going and seeing it and having the bomb threat being called in?
No.
Oh,
No,
well,
he was.
well
he
then you
would've-
could. Is that on your list?
No.
Okay, well it's on mine, so I can talk about that. real
Honestly,
quick.
I'm glad I was the age I was when this movie came out because there's no way I'd go, mess with that kind of crowd for what that movie was.
And how good we
It
knew the
was
movie was going to be.
Packed
Yeah.
full.
I mean, we kind of just got it teased for us because when we went in, we only saw like the first
20
30 minutes. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
it was
and
like
then-
20 some minutes.
yeah.
And because somebody got mad, basically, because the shows were all sold out, somebody got
Like,
mad and called in a bomb threat. And it was
Assholes.
20 minutes in, and right when he's in like Japan or whatever. And,
Right,
Tokyo.
yeah. It-
Yeah,
it's when he's in
Tokyo, and the guy's thrown out the
Or
building.
Hong Kong.
Well, whatever. The one guy is like thrown out the building.
Yes.
Right when that happens, they turned the movie off, turned the lights on, and said, "Here's a ticket. You have to reschedule. We're evacuating the building." We all were like, "What the fuck?"
And what's interesting about as big as this movie was, I just don't remember Batman Begins being that big.
It wasn't. I don't think it was as big, nowhere near as big as
enjoyed
the Dark
Batman
Knight.
Begins.
I think it's good too, but
because Scarecrow's one of my favorites. I love Scarecrow.
It was just a movie. It didn't blow up like The Dark Knight did.
Right.
Yeah.
I was very much a fan of
I
Batman
remember
Begins.
going to the midnight release for the Blu-ray.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't really a midnight release. I just went to the store
We
at
did
midnight
that for
and bought it.
Avatar.
We didn't do that on purpose.
We
It
didn't.
just happens.
It just happened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But what's yours?
And then
Alex?
there wasn't a disc in the actual
right.
case.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Someone stole it.
What's yours, Alex? What's the pop culture?
I've
got
actually,
two.
I've got some.
Okay, so you can't. So
I'm
we
not gonna
talked about
do
the Dark Knight together, so you can't really
Oh,
say
I
that.
I do have another one after.
Okay.
we go
Well,
to
no,
that.
it's still your turn. You can go ahead.
Yeah.
So I remember what sparked this, but so every now and then I'll go down, like I'll watch a video on my Facebook feed, and you know how it kind of
It algorithms
yes, you what you do, but I land on a lot of sports lists. And one thing that I remember is, and I do not know the date, some Monday Night Football game against the Dolphins and the Jets. It was Dan Marino and Vinny Testaverde, and at one time it was the biggest Monday night comeback ever, but the Dolphins were way ahead and the Jets came back and they ended up winning the game. And I guess I remember this because I was in like elementary school, but I remember watching it on Monday Night Football, stayed up late. I don't know why I was allowed to do this, but I remember at one point this offensive lineman for the Jets catches a touchdown pass, and Al Michaels goes, and it's Jumbo Elliott. That was his name. And it's funny because on the Jumbotron, he was like a little kid smiling, looking up, watching him catch this touchdown. It was just hilarious, but like innocent. And it was, I don't know why I remember that. I can remember just stupid things, and I remember this game in the 90s on Monday Night Football, and I remember ridiculous things about it, specific things.
Yeah. Alex, you got one? A couple?
Yes.
Yeah, to list here. Oh, you need me to hold him? We're passing him back and forth.
Yes.
Now.
He
Okay.
doesn't want me. He wants you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So my dad will be proud that I actually remember this. But because he was the one that turned this on, and we watched it for a long time because it was live, and it took a lot of prepping. And okay, he's gonna do it. Okay, not yet. Okay, he's gonna do it. Okay, not yet. But back in, where's it at? 1999, I believe is what it says. Yes,
What?
99. When Robbie Knievel jumped the Grand Canyon on his
the Grand
motorcycle.
Canyon. Okay.
Robbie Knievel. Okay.
Robbie Knievel. So he cleared a sliver of the Grand Canyon, breaking his world record of 223 feet with room to spare.
Wow.
So he soared 55 feet into the air over a 200-foot wide gorge at 90 miles an hour on a 500cc motorcycle.
Wow.
So, and I remember watching that live because as soon as he lands, fireworks go off, and it was going to be done live. There was no net, obviously. Like, he was, like, that's what he was apparently known for because his dad, Evil Knievel.
Evil.
No, well, not evil, but it's like EVAIL or something.
I
Yeah,
think.
Evil Knievel. So, yes, Robbie.
No, it might be EVEL.
Was that his actual name?
Yes.
No.
Evil Knievel. Yes, you can look it up.
Okay.
But yeah, so anyway, so he jumped the Grand Canyon back in '99. I watched that live.
Yeah.
The other thing was I remember watching Halle Berry win her Oscar, and she was the first African American woman to win an Oscar.
Uh-huh.
So doing her Oscar speech, you know how the music starts playing?
Yeah.
I think they played it a couple times, and they ended up just going, you know what, she was crying, and everybody was like, hey, stop the music. Just let her do her thing. Like, it was a huge moment.
Right. It wasn't the closer, though, because normally they didn't do actresses at the end, did they?
I honestly, I don't remember.
Not
I just
then.
remember watching it live,
was
and
back
it
in,
was
like,
like, wow,
02,
this is a
right?
huge moment. Like,
No,
this is
2002, 3?
This was 2001.
Oh, one.
She won the Oscar for her performance in Monsters Ball.
I've never seen Monsters
Which
Ball.
I've never seen it either. But very, very tearful, very heartful. Like, she got up there, was holding her chest. She couldn't believe it. Like, it was like, and it was a huge moment. So I remember watching that live.
Yeah.
And the last thing that's on my list is watching the first American Idol winner.
Oh, yeah, that was Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson.
Mm-hmm.
And watching that live and just getting, like, so emotional because it was so down to the tier. You didn't know if it was going to be Justin or Kelly. And it was like, and then Kelly won, and everybody was like, ah, like, it was just like this huge thing.
Didn't they do a movie together then?
They did, from Justin to Kelly.
From Justin to Kelly, and then nobody fucking watched it.
It was awful.
So, and that was in 2002.
Yeah.
One more. Sorry, this is the biggest one that I remember that I still like. Whenever I hear this song, this is exactly what I think of. But Eminem performing at the MTV Music Awards in 2000.
So they had all the guys come out in the white
real
shirts.
Slim Shady when he had everybody come, all the Slim Shadys come out and do the performance.
I remember that.
Yeah, so that was like a huge, big deal. So
wow.
Yeah.
I've got two in mainly sports, I would say.
Minnesota Miracle?
The Minneapolis Miracle.
I didn't take it from you because I knew you wanted it, so I let you do it.
I was watching that too.
Live? Yeah.
Paige has snippets of us watching it live.
We could go down a rabbit hole with sports because not to butt in, but when the Patriots came back against the Falcons,
that was
was
insane.
huge. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, the Minneapolis Miracle. Never forget it. Stephon Diggs.
I jumped up and shouted, and I'm not even. I mean, I'm a mild Vikings fan.
First of all, it was to the Saints.
the
Saints. The fact that it was to the Saints was even better.
The thing about that play,
Who Dat Nation,
is it's not how good of a job Stephon Diggs and Case Keenum did. It's how horrible of a play the Saints defender made. Horrible.
He ducked.
He ducked under Diggs
Yeah.
and gave him the rest of the field with nobody in front of him.
No.
Diggs just had to make it to that spot.
Yeah.
And then they could have done a field goal and they would have gone into overtime, I think, right? I think it was a 3-point lead.
Yes, I believe so.
It was they could have done a field goal and tied it up and gone into OT. Instead, Diggs is like, I can go the whole way.
Man, Josh and I think had tears in our eyes.
Every time I see it, I still get that.
I'm like, I'm never going. Like, I'm look. You see all that? You see it? Like, my hair's like standing up. Like, just watching. I was like, man. Like, I was just so happy that we were watching that together. And my sister has video of us like right before it happens. And we're like, I can't believe it. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. And then this happens, and then Josh and I are just like speechless and jumping up and down, and it was just such a great moment.
There's one that I'll never forget. Back in 2002, I think the Lakers are playing the Kings in the playoffs, and I cannot remember which game in the series. I want to say it was Game 6, but it's the Lakers are down by, I think they're down by 2, and they have possession of the ball, and somebody shoots and it gets rebounded and it gets popped back out to Robert Ory, who nobody remembers, but he has like 6 NBA championships with 3 different teams. And he pops up a 3 and he nails it as the buzzer goes off, and the place just goes nuts as it was in LA. And it was a very tight series. You know, it was all during Kobe and Shaq, and I think it was during their three-peat run. But it was I'm not even, especially now, I'm not an NBA fan, but then watching Kobe and Shaq, that's good stuff. And I just went nuts.
There was another one that we kind of like we didn't even touch on, like that we used to be so incredibly into wrestling.
I was gonna say the Undertaker losing at WrestleMania 30.
There was that, and then there was also just the night that you and I witnessed Chris Benoit not being there. Like we always go back.
That's not as big as Undertaker's moment.
It's not. But I'm saying
don't take away from the Undertaker's moment by that. No, because Undertaker losing at WrestleMania was the iconic moment of like the century. I would say. Like, I would say that because of the fact that WrestleMania was key to Undertaker's victory.
You guys both watched like the good stuff. So I mean, what are like the big moments that they highlight all the time? You're like, oh my
Mankind,
god, I watched that
falling
live.
Off the Hell in the Cell. That was just an intense moment. He could have been dead.
There was one that I wish I would have watched live, and I would have had I been older, but I didn't have money to buy pay-per-view. But was actual WrestleMania 2000.
Yeah,
the actual pay-per-view.
Yeah, that was. I saw. Anywhere I watched from WrestleMania 20 on for a long period of time, and then,
did you watch the Kevin Hart thing? Or I don't remember.
The what?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Or not Kevin Hart.
Owen Hart.
I
did not see that live, but I do remember the day after.
I
saw the Raw.
You saw the Raw after.
How about comments?
Yes, we've got comments.
We got a lot of stuff. People were saying a whole bunch.
Oh yeah.
Let's check YouTube here. Get an idea if there's
okay, so I've got a couple already up on Instagram. The Fickle Fanboy podcast, they have some good ones.
Fickle Fanboy. Shout out to you guys.
Yes. Star Wars A New Hope re-released opening night late January 31st, I believe, in 1997.
Nice. Re-released in theaters.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't see it opening night, but I did go.
That being said, the special edition re-releases of episode 4, 5, and 6, and then he says, and still suck. That's what he said.
I didn't think that the remakes were that bad as far as the editions go. I don't care.
I remember in A New Hope where they added a digital Jabba the Hutt talking to Han Solo.
Yes.
I like that. I like that scene. I was like, great. I wanted that scene because I wanted more Jabba because you don't even get to know the gangster.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We've got Terrible Terror podcast.
Shout out to you guys.
This is actually, I can't believe none of us said this because I witnessed it live. Seeing Janet Jackson's boob pop out during the Super Bowl. My friend,
I do remember seeing that live. I didn't acknowledge it.
They said my friend yelled at the top of her lungs, "Holy shit, that's her fucking nipple."
I was out of the room, and I was at a youth group function.
We were in high school when that happened.
Yeah.
Yes, we were. Yeah.
I think it was our freshman year.
Freshman or sophomore? Might have been actually. I think my sophomore, probably because I don't think Alex and I were talking about football at that time. So I think I would have watched that without her.
Couple more. We've got Paranormal Pativity podcast. Our friend Patrick.
Shout out to Patrick.
He says the final battle in Endgame, or besides the final battle in Endgame. Sorry, I've got to say the death of Tupac and Aaliyah. Which I remember Aaliyah. Yeah, that was very sad.
Yeah.
I can still remember where I was and what I was doing when they were announced.
See, I didn't have enough pop culture like knowledge of singers back then or any of them to really have an idea. I got Discord. Got a couple on here. One from Rick saying O.J. Simpson's chase and trial. Mm-hmm. That's something that a lot of people will never forget. One from Arrow. He said the Freddy vs. Jason epic battle in Freddy vs. Jason. I mean, that was something that everyone was pining for the big '80s slasher. You get Mike Myers in there, and then Alex is like on board.
Not Mike Myers. Michael
Myers.
Get Austin Powers in that.
Him too. Yeah, baby.
Wayne.
Looks like you got Facebook, Alex.
Yes, I've got Facebook up.
Yeah.
Facebook, I've got, my sister says definitely Infinity War and especially Endgame, both phenomenal crowds. Also, opening night of Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows Part 2, The Rise of Skywalker, Dark Knight, and Inception.
Movie theater stuff.
Yeah, so movie theater stuff. All really incredible audience experiences. The one that I'm going to throw out was just seeing the Avengers and having so many people.
You talking about Endgame?
No, the Avengers.
Oh.
The Avengers, the first one.
See, if you go back to the first Avengers, it's not a good movie.
That was one that just because we enjoyed the actual experience with everyone cheering
Right.
and
That
like
was
when the Hulk when you first
I'll
see the Hulk
acknowledge that.
take Loki and go bam 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 and everyone's like cheering like and whatnot, like it's just everybody shared that moment together for the
Avengers
first time.
is really stupid. I've had it picked
It
apart.
is very slapstick.
It
Yes,
is not good. It is not good.
But yeah, that was one. And then when we watched Logan, like that was I think
Logan.
one of the quietest theaters. Like
Mainly just like
I've been in.
There's
death
one I
of
need to see again.
Jackman.
Logan.
I've only seen
Oof.
it once.
I gotta go back and just watch all the Hugh Jackman X-Men movies. Just go through them all, just so I can. He was in 10 of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of movies to watch. But I swear,
Didn't we watch
we watched the trilogy
X-Men?
1 through 3. Yes. So after that, it's Origins Wolverine, and then
I'm really jealous of one of
Logan.
the ones that my
Or
dad
the
just
Wolverine.
posted.
What's that?
He posted 2. He said the wedding of Prince Charles and Lady Di in 1981. And then Queens is set at Live Aid 1985.
Mm.
Oh my God, that would have been so cool to see.
Queen. Okay.
Yes,
yeah.
Queen.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all I had on Facebook.
We appreciate everybody's comments. You guys
Yes.
are awesome.
Well, I mean, we didn't. I can't believe my dad didn't say that. Like the actual death of Princess Diana. Well, I wouldn't say we watched it live, but like it happened as we were literally like landing back in Indiana from our Florida trip.
Well,
But that was like a huge thing.
maybe
Meh.
not your parents, but my parents might say JFK
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
JFK
Apollo
or Elvis.
13 or Elvis.
I know my grandma will say one of my grandmas will say Elvis because she's told me about that. Like when Chester died, she had contacted me and told me that's how I was with Elvis when Elvis died.
One that did happen in our lifetimes that we didn't mention, the Challenger exploding.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't think about that.
Yeah.
The other
That's
big thing
not-
is Haley's Comet.
We did say
another thing.
pop
Gosh.
culture.
Pop culture.
These are more news
just
stories
events.
now.
news stories and
Yeah.
events, but
Yeah,
that's very true.
So, moving on. I don't think there's any more, Alex.
I know. I was looking at me sharing the post because I could have sworn somebody had posted on my actual. Oh, maybe not.
Yep.
Never mind. I thought somebody did.
So
All
we
right.
got some nerd news here. Few interesting announcements. Call of Duty has officially announced Vanguard, worst kept secret in all of video gaming.
Worst
terrible
kept
name.
They suck at at keeping in.
They don't
everything.
want to keep it a secret.
No, not really. The teaser was released via Warzone. You can also watch it online if you want. If you really don't want to go into Warzone, set in World War II, right after World War II, actually. So it's like taking out all of the remainders and stuff is what this game is based off of. But yeah, no, I don't know. It looks fine. I'm not really that interested. I don't know if I'll get it. Alex and I are kind of on the fence. We know we're playing Infinite this holiday season and Back
Yeah.
4 Blood,
Right. You
so.
always buy the Call of Duties.
I did not buy Advanced Warfare.
We didn't buy Advanced Warfare.
Infinite Warfare.
Mm-mm.
No.
Those were
World
a
War
while
II.
ago, though.
Those
Okay,
those
World
came
War
out
II.
right around
Dude,
4 Black
we-
Ops 4.
Yeah, Black
You
Ops.
bought Black Ops 4.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
bought
we
Black
bought
Ops
Black
4,
Ops 4. We
1,
didn't buy
2,
the
and
other
3.
ones because Black Ops has been like the
And
shit.
Ghost. Yeah, that's it. And
Okay.
Ghost. I think those are the only
Hey,
ones.
You'd
So
be better
no,
off
we
buying
have
any of those other than
we
Ghosts.
have passed on a lot of Call of Duties. So
I guess I meant recently.
World War II was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So yeah, and then
Let's see what was it.
Modern Warfare we bought but didn't really play that much of. It was
Yeah,
only for a
that's it,
couple of.
Modern Warfare.
That one was like okay. I thought it was fine. A lot of people liked it, but anyways, the Nintendo Switch has outsold the PS3 and Xbox 360 now, which is
Mhm.
pretty big.
Yeah.
Xbox was at 86 million, PS3 87.4. This is worldwide, and Switch is now just above 89 million. So that's pretty awesome for Nintendo. They did a really good job switching over to doing both portable and not.
The reason why I went ahead and got one again is
Mhm.
because I thought that Microsoft was going to have some thing. Well, that looks like that's not happening.
We don't know.
And
Just
even
don't
if
know.
it did happen, you might be better off getting a Steam Deck.
Steam Deck, yeah. It's really hard to say about the Steam Deck. You're gonna get a bigger library with the Steam
Yeah.
Deck, of course. So, but I gotta say, have you played more of the Mario that I've let you?
No, I have not. I did play it. I just haven't
that
gone
one
the
week.
distance. It was less than that, actually.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right, do you want to pull up like maybe this last thing here?
Oh yes.
I want to see Brett's reaction since we talked about all this sciencey stuff, and he seems to throw shit at me.
Is
so.
this the Tesla story?
Tesla. Yes.
I know about the robots.
Let's talk about the bot.
The bot.
The Tesla bot.
This goes right into iRobot.
iRobot is happening. It's happening.
It's
and
happening,
Elon Musk
guys.
is responsible.
Yep.
Look at this thing. Look at this bad boy. You know, standing, at 5'8", 125
do you see
pounds.
what it says? It says it's friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, until it becomes self-aware and tries to kill you.
Friendly.
So here's-
Friend.
But I guess if it
You want to know what
instills
Elon Musk
the
said?
iRobot laws, it can't kill you.
You want to know what
Right.
it said? You want to know what Elon Musk said about that?
What?
He said you can run away from it and most likely overpower it.
I think that says.
And
And
that
he
like
said
one
this,
of
the
these-
quote unquote. Hopefully that
okay.
doesn't ever happen, but you never know.
Right.
Did they
Right.
release pricing? Because
No.
Right now, this is
gotta
still
be
right now.
thousands
It's still in
No.
concept.
thousands of
It's still in
dollars.
concept
You
form.
could probably buy a Tesla car for cheaper than one of these.
I don't know.
It said
If it's less than 13 grand
a prototype
I
of the
mean-
robot is expected by next year.
next year, yes.
Prototype.
You can so you can run away from it and most likely overpower it. Most likely, this thing can deadlift 150 pounds. That thing is going to be able to kill a child.
Yeah.
And most skinny adults.
most wimpy adults.
45-pound carrying capacity. People are gonna. Okay, first of all, if it's not via intentional, it's gonna be accidental because people are gonna allow that thing to carry their child.
Yeah.
And it's gonna drop it.
Exactly. So what it is meant to do, they are supposed to be used
It says
for
right
the
here.
concept.
Right here. Eliminate dangerous, repetitive, boring
Yeah,
tasks.
so the
the
concept of it is used for household chores,
I
but
would-
it's
I would make it
primarily
clean.
intended for unsafe, repetitive, and boring tasks or
It's
work
happening.
people least likely to
I can't
do.
wait to do the Will Smith meme.
Okay.
Somehow I told you so just
Here's
doesn't
the
cut it.
thing. You could get one to do your cleaning and your chores, or you could just hire a maid service because
Right.
it would be the same cost.
Yeah, because you could also pay that
But
person and give
this
them money
is-
for a
Exactly.
living.
This is
Exactly.
where they took our jobs kind
They
of
took our
situations is happening here.
Now, this reminds me of the Robin Williams Bicentennial Man.
Well, here's the thing. iRobot was a little more,
Well, Bicentennial Man, and that's more of a robot like recognizing self-worth and trying to become a human.
I haven't
like
watched iRobot in a long
iRobot's
time.
the same.
yeah, but Bicentennial Man is more
I fucking love iRobot.
Bicentennial Man is more dramatic,
Yes, it is.
a lot
I
more
haven't-
dramatic.
I haven't
Yes.
watched that in a long time.
Shia
It's-
LaBeouf is in that movie, dude.
And they
iRobot?
curse and
Yeah,
tells
Yeah.
him
he
not to
curses all the
curse.
time, and Will Smith's like, "Stop cursing."
And he's like, I remember when he almost wrecks his car because they go like 120 miles an hour, and he's like, ass hole.
Additionally, Elon Musk said that the bots could even be utilized in the work first, adding that it could boost the economy.
So it's going to have a multicam video neural network. It's going to have autopilot cameras. It's running a lot of stuff that's running inside of the autopilot for Tesla.
Yes.
So, I mean,
I am going to be the boomer on this with
Go
this
ahead.
next thing that Musk said. In the future, physical work will end up being a choice. If you want to do it, you can. But if you don't want to, you don't need to. I look at that as being lazy as fuck. But that's the boomer, I guess, in me.
I
But
Hold
don't-
on,
alright.
no, but this is no different than hiring a laborer.
pretty much.
Except if you break this or it gets hurt on your property, you don't have to worry about
No
getting
lawsuits.
sued.
Yes, but that you're going way down the rabbit hole.
I'm
there.
saying lawyers are looking
Wow.
at this shit and going, well, damn it. Everyone's going to have one of these
you
to do
hire
all of it.
someone to chop down a dead tree
That's
before it
crazy.
falls on your house. You know,
Yeah.
Is
That's
that
a
robot
service.
going to be able to do math in its head and go, it's going to fall this way?
Maybe.
That's my point.
Well, Alex, yes. The answer is yes. Tesla cars are known for having the ability to react to certain situations at a fast rate like that. They're programmed that way.
Now, is it going to have a fight or flight response faster than me?
Well, how fast does it run again? What does it say?
5 miles per
5
hour.
miles an hour. So no, you can run faster than it. It says you can
It
most
probably
likely
doesn't
outrun it
even
and
run.
overpower
That's
it.
probably
It
its
says you can
walking
overpower it, but how am I supposed to overpower
Sit on it.
a 150-pound deadlift robot?
That's a deadlift, but it can only carry 45. So I mean, in between there is what you got to worry about. Between 45 and 100, that's actually a lot of
That's
weight.
a lot.
You get hit with a 100-pound weight, like, whoom.
Exactly what I'm trying to say.
That's gonna knock a sucker out, dude. You're maybe dead. Who knows?
The future is weary.
It's happening, man. I don't know.
There is also news articles saying that he's also thinking about sending these things to Mars on the Mars mission to do the building and stuff of the city or whatever the
that
frick
makes
we're
more
making
sense,
on Mars.
to be honest. That makes more sense.
So before humans can actually go and live on Mars, they're going to be sent there to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah. I gotta say I'm excited for that. For what might come of it. What's up, Alex? You got a
Briggs
comment?
says, "I'll break that POS in half."
Good luck.
You'll run your motorcycle through it.
Good luck. Real quick before we get on out of here, there's going to be a boycott on Twitch on Wednesday.
Really?
The
Doesn't
first,
matter because we don't stream anyway.
We don't stream on Wednesday, but
Yeah.
still, for those who want to participate, it is September 1st. Streamers are boycotting Twitch. Some are receiving messages from bots and users with hate speech and slurs via hate raids.
I cannot believe, when
Groups
you
of
showed
people
me
dropping
that
into
a
people's
hate
stream.
raid is a thing.
People dropping into people's streams, calling them whatever they can, and getting
Dropping
away
the
with
hard
it.
R's.
Yep, getting away with it.
Oh
Racism.
my god, it pissed me off.
Yep. I, as a moderator, and Alex has this knowledge, and a lot of people who stream with us have this knowledge. We already have that kind of stuff blocked. Alex has had hate speech.
Oh yeah.
A lot of times, and I'm like, all Alex has to say is mods, and it's deleted.
It's gone.
So she has had people drop in saying the nasty stuff before.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I it doesn't get on my nerves, but
it
like,
does
I
bring somebody who is mentally unstable or somebody who's having a bad day. It can set them off.
If you say the wrong thing at the right time,
It can happen.
it could really hurt somebody.
Right.
So, but the fact that there are things called hate raids, that really boils me.
So
right
Twitch
there.
is not really taking.
They're
care
not
of
doing
this.
anything about it, and that's what's making it even more frustrating.
It's even worse nowadays because of the fact that they're just like sitting here like we're just gonna let people come into people's streams, say the nasty things, shut people down.
Yep.
It's not allowing people to have a good time on stream, and that's really the worst thing.
Yeah.
So Wednesday, boycott Twitch for those who want to, who can afford to as well. Too,
I mean,
because some people
honestly,
have
if I was
jobs
streaming
with it.
on Wednesday, I would just go ahead and do it, just because I think it's
It's a way to
get your point across
Right.
if enough people do it.
Right. But I think it's time we got on out of here. Alex, you can go ahead and plug your Twitch.
Speaking of Twitch, if you'd like to watch me play on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. We've been having a hell of a time last couple weekends.
Yeah, playing Black Ops Cold War.
Playing Black Ops, and then we played the beta with Brett for Back for Blood.
What did you think of it, by the way, Brett?
Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
It really didn't impress me all that much.
It
just felt way too much like Left 4 Dead.
Did you get kind of a Division feel out of it too at that camp?
No.
No? Oh,
I get a little bit of Division feel out of it.
Probably just because it's in first person and not third.
I think they're doing a really good thing by doing the beta and saying at the end, "Hey, scan this. We want to know what you want out of this game," and I'm hoping
I want the special infected to be a little
scarier or like more like, you know, like if you hear that music with the tank, you're like, oh fuck, I'm gonna die. Or if you hear the charger, like the like, you know, you're gonna die.
So you're not gonna get the exact same feeling.
No, but you need to create something. That's what it's missing for a Left 4 Dead feel. It felt too bland, but I kept telling myself it's a beta. It needs to be polished. It's a beta. It needs to be polished. It needs to be still developed. That's why they're putting it out there, to get the opinions of everyone.
Yeah,
Agreed.
except that it launches, if it launches on time, in like 2 months.
Well, that's when you're smart. You go, wow, it looks like we have a lot to do here. Maybe we should push it. I'd perfectly be fine with that. If you need to push it to make this game the best it can be, then you need to do it.
They already pushed it twice.
Then they do it again. They pushed Halo multiple times. Fucking do it.
Yeah, can you believe Halo's not launching with co-op campaign and
oh my
Forge?
God, can you believe that? With all this time and they're not going to do that?
Co-op.
Yeah,
Co-op.
that's what
Are your
that's
servers
Halo.
that unstable? You can't do co-op campaign? I mean, seriously.
You guys didn't play co-op campaign.
Yes, we did.
We did
times.
ODST. ODST was meant to be co-op.
Yes, but there was a couple times that like I would jump on and help you guys.
You've done some stuff.
But yeah,
I've done co-op.
Yeah. But yeah, either way, so that's what we're playing.
That's about it.
I also have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/cutekitty. So if you're not sure about what kind of content you're missing out on my stream, just go to YouTube and then you'll find my content there.
Good
the
stuff
highlights.
As far as my stream goes, make sure you follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Mr. L. You can follow me there. I'll be streaming every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Tuesday and Thursday evening and Saturday morning. Normally streaming Warzone. I might do 12 minutes, depending. Maybe do it on Saturday. We'll see. Having some fun. We did we had a wager with Alex, and we did it. Just want to say that. So
that's all we're gonna say.
That's all I'm gonna say. It's Twitch related. So if you're not on there, make sure you're following us on there. So yes, I do appreciate those who have, and it's been a really good time playing Warzone. I have a lot of fun, regardless of the hackers or whatever. But eventually move into something else here. But we'll see. As far as our podcast goes, would appreciate it if you guys hit the like button on this video and make sure you are subscribing to our channel. If you are not subscribed, then I don't know what you're doing with your life. Hit that bell to be notified.
You stole that, you asshole.
Hit the bell to be notified when we're live.
He stole that from my stream.
If you want to follow us on our social media, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
You have to add one.
PTOUnlimited, PTOUnlimited_podcast. And we're also on TikTok. Make sure you're following us on there. And Discord. Make sure you're following the Discord. The link is in our description of every video, so make sure you're doing that as well. As far as make sure you're getting the merch. Alex is wearing a brand new PTOUnlimited. It's that one. Oh, you want that one? You want Brett's cam? You want this cam? You want this cam? You want this cam?
This camera.
This camera. So make sure you're following our Discord as well, because we put some memes and stuff on there. We might be doing a fantasy football on there as well if we get enough people involved. I do believe we have enough. I think we might be doing it, but
I think we have just enough.
I think we have enough. Yeah. And that's about it. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @_Mr. L.
I know it's really messing me up, man. Cute_kitty. 5 years, babe. What the hell?
I have a brand. Make sure you're calling the voicemail. 224-225-5780. I have to actually make sure that's still active too. You have a final note, Brett?
I don't think I do.
Make sure you just join our social media. Would appreciate it. I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. I think we'll get on out of here. All right. Yeah, we'll catch you guys next week for episode 268. Pixel, I'm going to put you on the table, dude. You just, you're being a problem.
Okay, there you go.
All right. We'll catch you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.